Amidst acts of violence on behalf of Democrat rhetoric, if instead of dialing it back, the Democrats double down, this isn't an accident, it's by design. As California's Governor Newsom goes on some show with lower viewership than Decoy Voice, just
oh, that's harsh.
to enrage his base.
That's happening in the United States of America. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process.
You know what's even crazier is we've got paid protesters getting paid from somebody we don't know, burning LA to the ground. That's even scarier. I mean, that's pretty scary.
I mean, if some guy jumped out of an unmarked car in a van...
You know, you got them on an overpass throwing bricks at police cars and police trying to hurt them. Actually, hold on.
With a mask...
You know what? We'll watch it after this.
Tried to grab me. I mean, by definition, you're going to push back. These are not just authoritarian symbolically by having a little bit fun, but fight substance.
A bad day today, as a sniper just sent rounds into an
There
ice
we go.
facility.
This just happened. That's the next thing I'm going to pull up.
Not hitting any agents, but 3 detainees, sadly ending the lives of 2.
That the bullet casings contained anti-ICE messaging, but the people who were shot and killed were detainees.
Yep.
Yeah, I think what we'll likely find is he intended to hit the ICE officers, but as his brother alluded to, he was not a trained marksman.
As it's now known, the rounds had anti-ICE engraved on the side. The second time this month, the shooter had left his words written on the rounds, which is after the left
but man, oh man, God forbid if one fucking show gets shut down, right? That's crazy.
Luigi for
we're comparing people taking people's fucking lives to a fucking television show being shut down, and you want to sit here and bitch about freedom of speech? What about the fucking people that are dead now?
Doing the same.
That's crazy.
As the left definitely has a political violence issue they refuse to acknowledge, since, at best, it's their own creation, and at worst, it's their official strategy. As these 3, actually 4 murders, are on top of the 2 unsuccessful attempts on Trump, the recent shots at the ABC building, the attempted explosion on Fox News, as this list
Attempted explosion on Fox News? What?
Is just endless. The point being, even when faced with overwhelming evidence, the left is still trying to deny this is their fault. As with this recent incident at the ICE facility in Texas, MSNBC first tried to say, it's strange for the right-wing shooter to write left-wing messages.
To see this coming from, potentially the other side of the political spectrum is a little strange because it is not something...
Is this call for the division to stop, for the rhetoric to be tempered down, for the rhetoric to be dialed down?
I agree. That's what happens whenever you've been raised on a social media. Like, the entire 30 years that I've been on this earth, anytime that I've ever seen MSNBC, Fox News, all these news media, like, I don't know, Morning 7 News, who the fuck cares? They've always taken anything they get and dialed it to 10. To the point now where people are actually feeling the shock effect of not being able to do anything. And instead of them dialing it down to 4, they're actively going out and calling people that are running the country like terrorists and all this other stuff, to the point where Americans are feeling like they need to go out and hurt these people. And that's just not the case. They need to dial back all the rhetoric. They need to dial back all the calls to violence. They need to start. That's how you change a lot of this, is because when you got a television show host saying, well, the only way to really get rid of them is the same way we did it with World War II. That's not good to say. You shouldn't say that. Even if it's a joke, it's wrong. A joke is when you make fun of someone's appearance or you do certain things, but when you actively go out of your way to make fun of someone's death, or you make fun of someone being killed, or you make a joke where you're advocating for the death and violence of somebody, you're just a piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of shit. Seriously.
Obviously, because we have seen just the rhetoric escalate. We've also seen the very dramatic videos of ICE nabbing individuals.
Of these unknown masked
Oh, those poor individuals that are still alive. Woe is them.
men kidnapping our neighbors
Oh.
into unmarked vehicles just proves that they're not strategy. But it's not just the media. This idea is mainly being driven by Democrat leaders themselves.
When I see ICE, I see slave patrols.
That's the SS and the Gestapo.
Where another Democrat
And that's what's another problem, is they're so quick to dial it to 10 with all this fucking rhetoric. They're like, oh, that's tyranny, that's this and that's that. Bro, the Democrats, even Obama advocated for the removal of illegal immigrants. He had like some of the best removal ratings out of any Democrat. What are you talking about? You're crazy. You're freaking crazy.
Congress cited NBC's article about ICE using a 5-year-old screaming to coerce a father to come out and be arrested, as more Democrats came out to call it cruel, only for ABC to later delete the original story, saying they mischaracterized the activities of ICE. As they didn't use the kid, the father fled
Look at that. Fake news.
while flipping off the cops, abandoning his own daughter, to which ICE had to rescue. It's one thing to call them slave catchers while they send away your underpaid workers, but it's next level evil to make up an entire narrative villainizing ICE for rescuing an abandoned kid. As
That's
one,
crazy.
they're protecting a guy that would leave behind his own daughter to escape arrest. But
Most of these guys are criminals. They're violent criminals that they can't find any. Like, there's usually a reason why they're trying to leave their own goddamn country. It's because they fucked up so bad there that they've got to move somewhere and start over.
more importantly, they're broadcasting more reasons to fight ICE. As if they were a legit, fascist, masked Gestapo taking kids, there would be a reason for ordinary citizens to step in. But they have to resort to fearmongering with this fanfiction and Pokemon.
And the rhetoric does have to stop. Just yesterday, Homeland Security released a propaganda video on their social website stating, or using the...
Oh, they're talking about the Pokemon cards. The reason why Legal Mindset was like, oh, they might try to sue the Nintendo might try to sue the U.S. government. They made like Pokemon cards, and they made like the illegal immigrants, their weaknesses was to like ice, like the element ice, but also like, you know,
those
funny,
Pokemon
right?
to catch them all.
Where the DHS did release an arrest montage with a parody of the Pokemon theme song, but then used comedian Theo Vaughn in a deportation video, to which he immediately told them to take down, as he doesn't want to be the face of this, concerned that crazed leftists will attack him over it. And that's exactly what the Democrats want, for Americans to be afraid of showing their face in favor of supporting law enforcement because leftist followers will physically attack them. That's why they're so bothered that ICE can wear masks. Where Newsome wants to outlaw federal law.
They're making it to where they have to wear masks because the people that are just trying to do their job, like, you realize that the sign-on bonus to become an ICE agent is like you get a percentage of your student loan paid off, and you get like a lot of vacation, and you get paid a sign-on bonus. Why the fuck, like, of course people would try to sign on to that to at least get their damn student loan paid off. Why wouldn't they? That's a damn good deal. So it's like, and they have to wear masks because people were being doxxed. People were having other people like show up to their house and like berate them, and like it's weird. It's crazy. It's insane. It's absolutely insanity.
Their faces, meanwhile giving an exemption to the forces that he conveniently controls. So it's not about stopping masked men from making arrests. It's about Newsom trying to claw at power when he's literally just a cheap Chinese knockoff of Trump. When the president puts out his stitched "Trump was right about everything" hat, Newsom makes a cheap screen print knockoff with his name instead. The president has a long-time struggle against those with Trump derangement syndrome, so Newsom pretends he does too.
If I get the California derangement syndrome, I've been living with that for years and years.
Pregnant, as in 2019 while talking to a customer.
I think it's kind of crazy how quick these people are to try and leverage themselves. But the past 4 years, if you so much as brought up anything that had to do with the problems that you would see from the decisions that they were making as an administration, you would instantly lose your livelihood. Like, it's kind of sad and sick how quick they are to try and attack. I just don't. And then they still try to defend the fact that people are getting shot and killed because of the stuff that they're spewing out on the online. It's just insane. It's insane.